There we go. There's the wheel. And we spin. Okay. I have no idea about this game. SKALD against the Black Priory. I think this is one of the games I have on Epic. Let me see here. Epic Games. SKALD against the Black Priory. I have no idea what this game is. But I guess we're playing it because that's how the wheel works. Oh, I didn't even boost Mutagenics. I don't think it would have mattered, but I'll make sure to boost it next time. SKALD against the Black Priory. It's running in the background. I'm capturing the window. There we go. Oh, I should switch this to SKALD. This is a mature rated video game. Oh. Wait. Just a second. Why is it mature rated? Because it doesn't look mature. Like party members can be removed. Combat is turn-based and tactical. It might just be... Yeah, it doesn't mention much here. I'm just checking something. Sorry, guys. I will play it in a second. Mature content. SKALD universe is dark and gritty and deals with subject matter that may be of violent, sexual, or offensive nature. Okay. But nothing like crazy then. Okay. Just making sure. I mean, it might be a little bit edgy, but other than that, like, that's fine. I was mainly checking for like nudity stuff or whatever, but especially with the pixel art style, it's probably fine. It is not blocked on Twitch or anything. There's a category for it, so. New game. Choose a visual style. Oh, we can have the CRT filter. Dude, that's kind of... That's kind of fun. is the soft CRT filter. I kinda like it. Although I can just click default. Welcome to the character creation. Start by picking a difficulty for your playthrough. Difficulty can be changed during play. I have no idea what to expect from this. Normal mode is the game's intended difficulty. There's only very limited artificial smoothing of certain dice rolls. Attribute rerolls, player rerolls. Sure. Select. Select a class for your character. Classes define a character's role in the party by adding certain exclusive abilities. So we have Arms Master, Bard, Battle Mage, Battle Magos, Magos, Champion, Guild Magos, Hierophant, Hospitaller, Officer, Ranger, and Thief. I don't know. What do I want to play as? What do we feel like? I do like my roguish characters sometimes, but it could be. Wait, we could be a bard. Bard is also rogue. A rogue type. The main attribute for this class is presence. We get 3 HP per level, magic per level, so 3. I think that's fine, right? We can go bard. We can be a bard. Background. Acolytes. You claim a connection with the divine, so we get attunement. Describes a character's magical energy and determines how many spells can be cast. Criminal. Street rats. What kind of bard am I? I could be a criminal bard. Or a thug. No, let's say we're a street rat. You know? We became a bard, we play some music for people to make some money. We're just a bit of a street rat. Oh my god. So we want presence. A character's ability to read and react to surrounding environment and people. It influences awareness, diplomacy, healing, willpower. I think we want at least 3 presence. Okay, we can go up to 4 and not any further. So agility, stealth, thievery, crit chance, initiative. I think I want agility 2. Fortitude, nah. Intellect, maybe. What if I do it like this? So we have 3 agility, 3 presence, 2 intellect. I think that's good, because then we have a high initiative, or relatively high. We have some crit chance. Our melee damage is not very good. But we'd be more about spell casting, I think. And then our thievery can be 7. Then a stealth of 4. Actually, 1 less maybe. diplomacy. And some more awareness. I have no idea what I'm getting into here. It gives me Baldur's Gate vibes, right? Original Baldur's Gate. These are the feats derived from your class. Distribute your development points in them to gain benefits and new abilities. Tradecraft. Backstabber, increased backstab damage. Okay. Light weapons initiates. Light weapons finesse, light weapon accuracy. Basic spell cost, or bardic spell casting, sorry. Bard initiates. Well, I think I want at least. Oh, I double click, okay. I want at least bardic spellcasting. Ooh, and then we can get tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Okay. Sight to behold, target all allies, clarity of mind. I want to be a bard spellcaster, right? Maybe we'll get into magic expert soon, but I probably want to at least get light weapons finesse, which would be a 3% crit bonus to light weapons. This is a +1 hit bonus. I want to get increased diplomacy. And we can get piercing damage, sure. That kind of works. Sight to behold. I don't know which one I want. Fire Sprite, Lifting Tune, Light Please. I can't actually look at the info again, so... Light Please, Fire Sprite? Can I go back? Abort? Oh... Okay, I guess I can't just go back, huh? That's a little bit annoying. Sure, we'll start with the spells I selected. It's fine. Sure, this looks enough like me. This, no one is going to notice this. There's a slight difference in the character. Say this one, sure. Sure, this is us. That's us, guys. Mads. Wow. Prologue. On the wine-dark, raging seas of the Outer Isles, a lone caravel struggles against the winds and waves towards the accursed island of Idra. The moan of creaking timbers, the tang of preserved fish. Your eyes slowly adjust to the darkness. the ship's dimly lit hold. Suddenly, something strikes the hull and the ship rocks violently. Your heart begins to pound and a feeling of unease grows in your stomach. Rise well rested and ready to go. I don't want to get up mouth dry and head pounding. That's my real life. No thanks. I want to be well rested. You get to your feet and become aware of the agitated voices shouting up on deck. Something is not right. You should make your way up top and get a bearing of the situation. Okay, so we are here. We have... Light, please. Can I... View inventory. Character. Spells. So we got Fire Sprite. Target any opponent anywhere on the battlefield. Deals 1 to 4 plus magical aptitude damage. Okay, at least we have a damage spell. I did think it would be that. And then light, please. Targets all opponents and allies on the battlefield. Adds condition illuminated. The target glows softly, emitting lighting. Okay, so we can at least cast this, make everyone lit up so we can see. And then we can burn people. That's pretty good, I think. As far as spells go. You're done for now until we reach the 5th level in the game. 160 cards in total. Oh my god, that's so many. Okay, Fanta, I'll wear the cat ears. Fine. Here you go. There you are. Do you like the bard I've created? We are a female human bard. A street rat. A desk with a maritime navigation map. The map is labeled the Outer Isles and the course is drawn towards an island named Idra. Right? There's a treasure chest. Something just struck the ship. Ooh, that's fine. Holding our shift will highlight all interactable objects. Oh, nice. Okay, loot. We have ourselves a dagger. And a club. Can I equip both? No. I want the dagger then. We're just going to stab some people. Shank them. What's this? You see a locked door. To your surprise, you realize that this door has been locked from the outside. It doesn't budge. Perhaps you could slip the lock with a thin blade. Okay, use the dagger. You slip the dagger through a gap in the door and lift the bar that was locking you in. The door begins to creak open. As the door swings open, you can clearly make out cries from the deck above. You should make haste. So someone locked us into our room. That's kind of weird. Why would you do that? Oh. Oh, look at that. Loot everything. Obviously. I mean, who else is gonna take this stuff, right? This is steel, helmet, leather armor. I'll wear this. We have a bow and some arrows. Also, maybe the short sword instead of the dagger? Like, how are we... This damage is way better. The dagger does have higher crit. But I don't think it matters that much. Can I actually wear this? I can. Okay. Okay, so we have our equipment. We have some leather armor, a steel helmet, a short sword, a bow, arrows, and some traveler's garb. I think we're ready to take on whatever is awaiting us outside. Oop. You stop dead as you narrowly avoid stepping into a rust-red puddle. The stench of blood fills your nostrils, and as you look around in the dim light of the hold, you realize someone, or something, fought for their life here. The same moment the thought hits you, a hiss sounds from the shadows. A rat! You squint towards the shadows as a hunched, feral-looking form slowly slinks forward. Tiny, disgustingly human-like hands, yellow fangs, and a grotesquely dexterous pink tail leave no doubt of the creature's rodent nature. Though, as it emerges from the shadows, it becomes abundantly clear that what may have started life as a common shiprat has now grown into something that has no right to exist. Well, that's just rude. Don't bully the rat like that. What if he's a friend? A second hiss sounds behind you, and the abominations lunge at you. Oh no. In combat, characters act in order of initiative. You can view the initiative order by using the initiative widget on the left side of the screen. Moving the cursor over the widget makes it pop out. Note that moving the cursor over a name will make that character outline flash in the battlefield. The widget on the lower right represents the character's action points. The yellow pips represent movement points, and the violet pips represent attacks. Okay. You can move a number of tiles, each combat equal to your movement points and attack. But spending attacks to move means you won't be able to attack that turn. Performing an attack will clear out all remaining movement points. In other words, attacking will end the character's turn in most cases. Right. Sounds good. Steal thyself. Okay, I'm going to deploy a bit back. And then I'll... Fire Sprite? Oh, I can't use that right now. Okay, what if I light these? Ow. Okay, we got diseased a little bit. Just a light bit of disease. Okay, this is fine. Okay, we are getting hit here. The combat log. Weakly diseased. -1 agility. Well, that's rude. Weakly infected. Your unarmed attack may cause disease in the target. Oh wait, that's... Right, that's a rat. Right, I see. I injured the rat's head, but then I killed it. It's immune to panic. Can I look at my... Okay, weakly disease, yeah. Can be removed by magic. I wish I could remove that right now. Have at the rats. Okay. We got their tails as trophies. Crate with some potatoes. Don't mind if I do. You've contracted a disease from your fight with the rats. You may see what conditions are affecting you by opening the character sheet. Yeah, I know. Negative conditions can often be cured by magic or rest. The disease can be cured by a potion. Pick up and equip the lantern to search the area. I do have these, but they don't have cure disease. So we have a lantern. Equip the lantern. And a barrel with some salt in it. Oh, potion of cure disease. Well, isn't that very convenient? That is so convenient, guys. There we go. We're cured. We're no longer diseased. Oh. You emerge onto the ship's lower deck. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you become aware of a hulking figure standing in the shadows. Mads, here at last, growls a rough voice. Lunge at the figure. No. Who's there? Show yourself. It's Roland. Where the tides have you been? Below decks, planning our landing. Why? The island is in sight, but the damn guilders refuse to land. They want to turn back. If we turn back, we lose our shot at the girl. Wait, what girl? What girl? I don't know what we're talking about. But sure, we lose our shot at the girl. And no one gets paid. Listen here, I know our boys better than most. We've hired them to go to Idra and kill. If we don't pay them, things will go bad quickly. But the sailors are bloody terrified. They claim something is hunting us. Let's go, for all the good it will do. Wait, there are a few sailors up ahead, rattled as a pair of rabbits. Is there a way past them? There are 2 doors ahead, take the left, and we should be able to sneak past them without any trouble. Famous last words. Motioning for you to take the lead, Roland falls in behind you. You've added a new character! Oh my god. When a new party member joins the party, they level up to your current level. Okay, Roland. How do I level you up? Bread for war. Increased athletics, increased toughness. Melee accuracy. I mean, put a point in there for sure. What do you have right now? Oh, save and exit. So what do you have currently? You're wielding a 2-hander. Ooh, a heavy blade, you say? That's pretty cool. I am actually going to unequip my helmet and give it to Roland. Because I don't want to be in melee range and he can be in melee range. Heavy weapon. I'm assuming it's a heavy weapon, right? Yeah, heavy blade. Okay. So if we give you 2-handed initiate and just do that fully, and you can get increased athletics, increased toughness. What does charger do? Charge bonus. If your character is charging, this bonus is added on top of the base charge bonus. Sure. Not today. The first time you take wound hit point damage each combat, you automatically regain 12 to 18 vitality hit points. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm thinking we just get tough as nails. I think this is good. Okay, so we came up from the ladder. A notice scrawled in crude letters. Cook, I cannot stand another meal of salted fish. There is a limit to how long a man can live on salt, potatoes, and perklin. Take head or get a dagger in the eye of you cheap bastard. Okay. Wow. Excessive much. Crafting screen. Do we have many recipes? We have salted fish. Nice. Perklin, potatoes, and salt. I have a potato, I have salt, I don't have perklin. There's perklin. Yay, we made some salted fish, baby. Thieves' tools. Don't mind if I do. What was that? I interacted with it, but nothing happened. Okay, so you said to take the left door, right? Press hide button to go into stealth mode. While in stealth mode, the stealth indicator becomes visible. A yellow indicator means you're in danger of being spotted. While your indicator is yellow, it will count down to 0%. When it reaches 0%, you're spotted and will become visible. Moving in lit areas and being close to other characters will make the counter go down very fast. Stick to the shadows and avoid other characters. Okay, we should be fine because we have some stealth skill. Okay. Okay, I have to be careful here. Uh-oh. Hi. I just wanted to loot the salt in this box, okay? I didn't... I didn't mean to startle you guys. The sailors stare at you with wide-eyed and terrified. Dead emperors, it's coming for us. It whispers to me. One of them draws a weapon with shaking hands. Calm yourself, you're guild sailors. Oh wait, shit, we're doing this as Roland? Shit. I had Roland selected. Whoopsie. Roll well. Double sixes. Sure, that works. Thanks, Roland. The men stopped dead in their tracks, seemingly shocked back from their momentary lapse of sanity by your words. The pair blinks towards you in a moment of indecision and then stumbles back up to the main deck and the tumult that seems to be taking place there. Cool. So we didn't really need to stealth there. Because we're just that good. Ooh, a wooden chest. Thievery 6 versus difficulty 10. We unlocked it, baby. Ooh, a masterwork short sword. That's what I'm talking about. That's just better than what I have. Buckler. Beautiful. Can I have a snooze? No? Okay. You cannot rest anywhere in this area. You must look for a suitable campsite elsewhere. What? What do you mean I can't just sleep in a bed? We're getting some XP from picking these locks. Ooh, potions. This guy is dead. You recognize the corpse of one of the crewmates, a young man of barely 16 years called Sullum. The youth has been mauled to death by what you assume are grotesquely altered rats you encountered just minutes ago. The corpse is still warm. Ooh, okay. Another potion, attunement tonic. And a surgeon's journal, some brandy. Can I read this? Written on the day of departure from the mainland. Left Adler's Helm today with a full complement of passengers, mercenaries by the looks of it. Paid well. Ship was dispatched by the guild before we could fully restock medical supplies. Hopefully we won't need them. Oh, love that. Then again, our passengers make me uneasy. Written 5 days ago, brawl in the mess. Had to set nose. Men seem on edge. Can't say I blame them. Have been sleeping poorly and dreams are unsound. Egon came to me today with a bite wound that he sustained whilst working in the hold. It didn't see a creature, and I would say it was a rat's bite if it weren't for the size and some aspect of the dentition that I find hard to explain properly. Was visited today by Navigator Aslam. He asked for white fern, a sedative. Claimed he had trouble sleeping. Suspected he was not fully forthcoming, and when pushed he mumbled something about the stars being odd. Not sure what he meant, and he left before I could push him further. Is this also like a Cthulhu thing? What is happening? These people are insane. Written today, men are about to break. We cannot maintain our course for Idra. Captain advised me today to make ready for the surgery and to expect casualties. I suspect he intends to inform our passengers that he refuses to land on the island. If this is my loss, entry trails off. Okay. So we're basically committing a mutiny here because we're like, we want to land on this island because we have a job to do. And the sailors are too scared to actually do it. So we're just committing a bit of a mutiny. You emerge onto the deck and see two groups of men facing each other with weapons drawn. The ship shakes violently in the grip of a storm as lightning tears across the sky. Amidst the din of the storm and their frantic arguments, you bellow for the attention of the assembled crewmen and mercenaries. Both the ship's captain and the leader of the mercenaries you hired, a coarse thug of a man named Estavo, turn their attention to you. They look ready to use the unsheathed weapons in their hands at the slightest provocation. Are we committing a mutiny or are the giant rats? We're helping the rats commit mutiny. I think that's what's happening. Let's address the mercenary leader. The mercenary leader, Estavo, flicks his dark eyes to you, but he keeps his blade fixed on the desperate captain. There's a reason he's known as Fireblood to his men. Estavo, you'll get your money, but let me handle this. A cruel smile twitches into life on Estavo's wind-weathered face. There's only one rich, noble girl, but we can always find more sailors. The ship's captain bristles at these words. Captain, why have we not dropped anchor? Something dire stalks these shores we cannot approach without risking the ire of that horror. A jittery mutter of agreement rises from the sailors, causing Estavo's eyes to darken even further. What horror? What have you seen? Naught but glimpses. My men have seen the shadow of something deep in the water, stalking us. Nothing natural moves like that. Estavo glares murderously at the captain. You engage our deal based on a glimpse? There's desperation in the captain's voice. We are seasoned sailors. We do not balk at shadows. We need to be alive to rescue the girl you speak of. We're out of time. Sail us in or argue the point with Gustavo. Gustavo turns a steely gaze from you to the captain. Let me spell this out for you, Sea Dog. We contracted the rescue to rescue the girl, but if you don't get us to the shore, we'll gut you for free. The mercenaries you hired all shift their weight in anticipation of making good on their promise. He's right. Do what you were hired to do. Something changes in the captain's expression. He stands tall. I will not order my ship and my men to certain doom. We shall not get any closer to the coast while I have command. Diplomacy versus 10. I have myself selected, right? Yeah, okay. I believe you, but my contract with these men does not mention your survival. I only need to roll 4 on 2d6. Surely that... like... mathematically... mathematically... I should roll that. Yeah, easy. You get a 16. A few of the ship's crew lower their weapons. The captain's eyes flit between you and Gustavo's murderous grin. He sheathes his blade and speaks softly, his voice barely audible over the snapping sails. So be it. May the deep have mercy. Suddenly, huge, monstrous tentacles burst from the water around the ship. For a split second before the terror sets in, you wonder what Gustavo must be thinking as the monstrosities loom over him. After reaching their full height, the tentacles curve inward and smash into the ship. Some pierce straight through the deck, others snap the mast like they were matchsticks. You stand frozen in place. Through a haze of splintered wood and panicked screams, you notice Roland. He throws himself out of the way of a tentacle, but begins to fall overboard as the ship lurches once more. Go to his aid, obviously. I'm not going to leave him to his fate. You dash towards the ship's fractured rail, dodging holes in the deck and wounded men, beseeching you for help. Oh, we're just like, nah, they can take care of themselves. Roland is important, though. Roland hangs by one arm from the side of the ship. Try to grab him. You lunge for Roland's arm, but he loses his grip, and your fingers close only around thin air. You missed him by an inch. He falls wordlessly downward. No, Roland! You watch as he is swallowed by the raging sea. We only knew him for like 5 minutes, but still. Technically, our character knew him for longer than that. Hi Joe, welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. This game was made in 2024, it looks kind of cool. Yeah, it is pretty cool so far. It's a very old art style. They like the old school RPGs, you know? But it is very much a newer game, just in an old style. The ship is listing fatally, and you see the great tentacles high above you, poised for the coup de grace. Abandoned ship. As you jump, you hear the terrible rending of wood giving into flesh. The impact of the water winds you. The waves pummel you down. The current beseech you to go deeper, ever deeper. Peaceful blackness. The darkness. Let's sink into the waves. The waves! Yay, the water. This is fine, right? Two weeks earlier. Oh. We're back in time. An aging armored man in the livery of House Baron stands and scowls at you. Eyes like coal peer out from a craggy face, fringed top and bottom with wild white hair. Return his challenging stare. So, oh wait. The older man crosses his massive arms, steps forward and leans towards you. So, young sellsword, come looking for a scrap, have you? Though his voice is full of gravel, there is now a glint in his eyes, as though the old coals have begun to warm up. Gideon, you old fool. A single bark of laughter emanates from the dense beard as he embraces you in a crushing bear hug. Gideon may be older and grayer, but from the force of his hug, you don't reckon you'd have any more chance of beating him now than you did as a 12-year-old. It's good to see some things haven't changed. Gideon steps back and allows you to breathe again, before grabbing you by the shoulders. We heard of your father's passing. Truly, he sits with the golden dead now. Tell me, how'd he die? Drunk and reeking of his own piss is quite the answer there. I don't think it would have been glorious battle, though. Let's not dwell on old wounds. Master Kato will chew your ear plenty when you see him. Lyra, the new Master at Arms, awaits you by the main entrance. She'll escort you, and don't ask her not to. If you think I had a temper. The joke fails to hide the note of anxiety in the grizzled houseguard's voice. Master Kato? Is it like an actual cat, do you think? Do you think there's a cat? Master Cat? Okay, surely I can do this. I just need to roll... I mean, it's hard one. It's a hard one. 9 or above. Double sixes! Oh my god, I'm so good at this game. Never could pull the wool over your eyes. Truth is, many a day has been dark of late for House Baron. Perhaps it all started when you and your father left. A guilty grimace flashes across his face. Or maybe it started even earlier. Gideon pauses to blow out a long breath. I won't betray my master's confidence by saying more. Best you see him yourself. I'll go to the Master at Arms. If you want to explore for old time's sake, take this lantern. Lord Baron will wait, and we don't want you getting lost in the hedge maze again. The man laughs heartily and hands you a small black brass lantern. Whatever may come to pass, it did this old warrior a barrel of good to see you again, girl. The old man slaps you on the shoulder in parting, almost knocking you off balance. He then seems to remember something as he leans in conspiratorially. Damn knees are acting up again. Can hardly sleep on account of these aches, let me tell you. I'd take an arrow in the leg any day. Oh, no. I took an arrow to the knee. If you're going over to the kitchen later for a bit of grub, a bottle of brandy from the wine cellar would make me a happy man. Alright. But first, don't keep Lyra waiting any longer. Talk to her first and I'll be here for later. Sounds good to me. So we have the lantern. Charmed, I'm sure. I'm so charmed. Okay, we're just wandering around. Just bashing my face against the wall. A guardsman dressed in the livery of the noble House Baron. The guard scowls somewhat at you. Armsmaster Lyra awaits you at the main entrance. You best talk to her if you've not already done so. Look, I'm just exploring. I want to see what we're working with here. Doggo! You pet the dog. Yes. Already amazing game. Just by the fact I can pet the dog. It's locked. Can't do anything there. Oh, it's just a Lyra. Yeah, I know. You all want me to go see Lyra. Fine. I'll go see her. Whatever, man. There she is. A woman stands before the main entrance to the villa. Her posture speaks of a graceful, coiled power, that of a dueling ace. No doubt she is the new master-at-arms for House Baron. As you approach, he offers a quick, neat bow. Just low enough to be respectful. Greetings, Mads. Master Kato welcomes you back to House Baron. The master is eager to meet with you and is ready at your leisure. However, if you wish to refresh yourself first, he suggests you visit the kitchen for some food and then perhaps walk the grounds and gardens. I shall explore a bit. Excellent, though I'm sure you still know your way around the grounds. The kitchen is in the building to the east, and the garden and the hedge maze is to the west. Come back and check in with me once you've stretched your legs. Yeah, of course I knew that. I knew those things. Obviously. You enter the kitchen, and a pair of scullions offer a hurried bow. It's all so much quieter, emptier, and gloomier than you remember. Of course, old Magda is no longer where she used to be, sitting by the oven, kind, red-faced, and tending a shank lamp. You remember the matronly woman as she sat, humming to herself, pouring fat over the roasting meat? Child, come here, will you? Magda was always a beacon of kindness in childhood where such qualities were few and far between. Go to her. Magda claps you gently with her tubby hand. Have you eaten yet? Before he can answer, she produces a small bundle of treats from her apron and hands it to you. Ooh, nice treats. As daughter to the Master of Arms for the Great House Baron, you did not go wanting, materially at least. Thank you. Magda looks at you with kind eyes as you pick at the bundle. He's here again, down in the cellar. He's not so good, my child. Sleeping now, but it would be best if you got him to bed afore his men see him like this again. The knot in your stomach is as real now as it was when you were 12. I'll go get him. Don't worry, he won't make a fuss. He just needs time. You know, Mads, deep wounds take a long while to heal. The old woman turns back to her meat and resumes her meandering humming. The sound of a man clearing his throat snaps you back out of your reminiscing. May I help you, milady? The man in the chef's outfit offers in a hoarse voice. Sure. Pots. The chef offers a short bow and tired but sincere smile. I am Chef Armand, and my humble kitchen is at your disposal, milady. Sadly, I was told of your arrival only minutes ago, and my oven must be fired up again. You must be famished. I am. My suggestion is thusly. Whilst I stoke the fire, you run down into the pantry and fetch some cured ham and cheddar cheese. Ooh. I will then teach you how to cook my renowned melted cheese sandwich, and you shall never want for an evening meal for as long as you live. Oh, I do like a melted cheese sandwich. The pantry is west of the wine cellar, and the cheese is kept in the northernmost room. Return me you have the cured ham and cheddar, and I shall provide bread and instructions. Now venture forth into the underworld. Gideon has asked me to fetch him a bottle of brandy. The old wretch is too cowardly to come himself, so he sends you instead. The brandy will be at the end for him, of him, I say. Then again, who am I to deny the old fool his few pleasures? You'll find a crate of Vine Goramian brandy in the northeast corner of the wine cellar. Where is the cellar? Yeah, okay, that's the hatch in the floor. That's a lantern? I already had a lantern though. Empty bottles litter the floor of the room. You chuckle to yourself as you imagine the kitchen staff in their wine tasting sessions. No doubt much revelry has taken place here. Then a cool gust of air from the passage to the north. The wine cellar lies that way, and you can almost hear faint sobbing. Ghosts, no doubt. Oh yes, surely ghosts. It must be. It must be ghosts. Ghosts. Cured ham. Wonderful. Some cheddar. I took all of the cured ham. I don't know if I should have taken everything, but I have. You're gripped by a long hidden memory upon entering this part of the cellar. You sealed it away, but in doing so, preserved its strength, and now it demands freedom. You can still recall smelling him before you could make out his writhing shape in the dim light of the cellar. Mistress Valeria, open the door! Your father doesn't even notice you in the throes of his intoxicated rambles. How could they take her? Her chambers were locked from inside. Where is she? Try to shake some sense into him. Your father jolts upright, the bloodshot whites of his eyes glaring out of the darkness. We found her, wandering the forest outside the estate. Mistress Valeria. Help him stand. Haltingly and leaning heavily on you, your father manages to stand. She was never the same. Whatever happened broke her. It was the girl, you know. The seed was planted in Valeria that night. But how could you know? You were but a babe yourself. You help lead the now sobbing man out of the cellar. Stop it, father. Lord Cowdo trusted me. I failed him. But Valeria was the one to pay the price. Mind broken and that spawn of a child. Your father's voice seethes with fury. Enough. Don't talk back to me, you bastard. What do you know about honor? As much as your harlot mother. Oh god, okay. A bit too real here. Your father steps away from you unsteadily, tears streaming down his contorted face. I want to slap him. I can just shut up, tell him to shut up, turn and run, or strike him. I mean, turning and running is... what's that gonna do? Yelling at him to shut up is probably not going to do much either. I just want to slap him. Maybe it'll help him regain something. I don't know. You draw a ragged breath and snap out of the memory. Your knuckles white, you're alone in a damp cellar and don't particularly feel like dwelling there. Right. So Dad's a bit of a drunk. Just a bit of a drunk. And didn't seem like a good man. At least not in this current state. Okay, we found the brandy though. Wait, maybe I'll go to the chef first here. I have the ham and cheese. Perfect. First of all, here's some bread. Now, the cauldron is quite empty and just warm enough for you to use. Remember, you need both the bread, ham and cheese to make the perfect sandwich. Now go give it a try and bring me the results. I shall see if you have it in you. But we're doing it in a cauldron? We're making a sandwich in a cauldron. I don't know about that. But hey, if it works, it works. Cheese sandwich, baby. Present the sandwich for inspection. Armand wafts the scent of the grilled sandwich towards his nose. Ah, the crust of the bread, the softness of the cheese, the savoriness of the ham. Perfection. You shall indeed never again go hungry in the night. Oh, I guess not. I guess not. Alcoholic, abusive father, been there before. That's why I said a bit real, because I know a lot of people have. Luckily, not me, but I know it's relatively not. I don't want to say common necessarily, but I guess kind of. You stand before the gate to the hedge maze. It stirs old feelings of both dread and elation. The sounds and smells of the estate grounds, as they were long ago, call to you from distant memory. You feel you could easily plunge into their depths. Let yourself go and remember. Which daydream is it this time? Are you valiantly defending me from rebels again? Embla throws a pine cone at you. A pinecone. Rude. Snapping you from your reverie. She's 10 years old, and you're a year her senior. Let's play hide and seek in a maze. I'll hide. You faintly hear someone yell her name from the distance. You better run, Star Child. Only my mother ever calls me that, Embla says, frowning. Where did you hear it from? Before you can reply, she flings another pinecone at you and darts off into the maze. How dare you? Give chase. You hear a man's voice yell Embla's name again, much closer now. Either way, she's lost to you in the winding passages of the hatch maze. Your memory tugs at you, urging you on to the center of the maze. Let me actually give you the brandy. I have your medicine. That's some fine foraging, young whelp. Before you can get a word in, Gideon snatches the bottle, uncorks it, and drinks deeply. The old man, eyes closed in relief, lets out a deep sigh. May your sleep be dreamless, he speaks as if to himself. May your sleep be dreamless? Gideon smiles sadly. An old soldier's greeting. Something one mercenary would say to another as a prayer to not dwell on painful memories. The kind that comes with the work. Your father and I... Gideon halts momentarily and looks at you. Your father and I would always part with those words. Now I've held you long enough. Be on your way. Alright. I like that this is a flashback while we're just drowning. Okay. We're making our way through the maze, guys. It's only a maze. Surely it can't be that difficult, right? There we go. You stand at the center of the maze. It feels much less impressive than you remember. The ornamental pond was once an ocean, the rock at the heart a windswept island. You found me, Daydreamer. You remembered the tone of her voice and could almost see the impish 10-year-old girl wading through the pond. Why do you always come here? I like the water. It's so calm. Embla shoots you a mischievous look. You notice the faintest tang of ozone. She makes a slow motion hop through the water, her fingers trailing the pond's surface. Where water and skin meet, strange colors bleed and spread across the surface. Embla, you'll get in trouble. Stop it. Embla moves her fingers across the water surface like a painter's brush. Colors spill across the pond, and for a sleeping moment you fancy that you can see cloud-topped mountains. Or was it the ramparts of an impossibly large city reaching towards the heavens? The silence is shattered by a shout, along with the beguiling images. Mistress Embla, the master requests you in the house immediately. That's my father. Something's wrong. It's mother. She's ill again. I think I cause it with what I can do. It poisons her mind. How long until mother isn't mother? Or until father isn't lord? Or your father isn't master at arms? How long will any of it last? I don't know. No one does. Do you ever feel like everything is a lie? Like there's a veil that covers everything? But in some parts it's thin enough to see through? Embla starts as your father steps breathily into the enclosed garden. He's red-faced from exertion and anger. Young lady, you can't run off like this. The whole estate is looking for you. Your mother is ill and needs you now. Your father shoots you a stern glance. I'll deal with you later. Embla says nothing as your father grabs her by the arm and hauls her past you, back to the house. She doesn't meet your eyes as you pass. Finding yourself back in the present, a chill has crept into your bones. You best move on. Oh, that's rough. Poor kid. Okay. So she thinks she's causing the illness of her mom with her magic, I guess. Let's go see Kato. If it pleases you, the master's in his office just ahead. Once you meet with the master, things may move quickly and you may not have another chance to walk the grounds. I remember the way. Okay, she'll escort me nonetheless. The opulence has faded, the shadows longer. Clearly much has changed since the last time you were here. Try to remember how long it's been. It's been years, perhaps decades, since you were here. Not since your father was the house armsmaster. Not since... You must have your wits about you, and perhaps now is not the time to dwell on painful memories. Not since your father's exile. You were no more than 12 years. You were no more than 12 when you were driven from the household. Hard were the years that followed. The mercenary life is bloody and unforgiving. Those years stole your childhood, and eventually they took your father too. But your father had always insisted, to his dying breath, that his failure had been his own, that he had gotten the fate he deserved. The memories are painful nonetheless. Be on your way. Okay, so he's dead. Well... I can't say I would miss him, but then again, the only thing we know about him is that he was kind of a drunk and an ass, so, you know, we probably didn't see him at the good parts either. Flanking the doorway are two marble statues. The craftsmanship is stunning, but the sight of the two women depicted fills you with sadness. Examine them. One you recognize immediately, Valeria Baron, the mistress of the house. You remember her as a grey ghost, absent and unwell. The other statue depicts the girl you once knew so well, Embla Baron, daughter of the house, and now a woman grown strong and clear-eyed. Her likeness has none of her mother's cowed timidness. How is Mistress Valeria these days? The mistress is vacationing in the countryside, Lyra answers curtly. What about Embla? Lyra's eyes flicker ever so slightly. We should hasten to Master Baron. He's long been impatient to see you. Ooh, okay. Sure. Is it Embla we're looking for? Is that why we went on the mission? Is she missing? Kato Baron sits tall in a tasteful but modest reception room. He looks less imposing than you remember, and with a few more crow's feet. Nonetheless, he's lost none of his composure or air of casual authority. You take a seat across a formidable desk from him. This study, like the rest of the villa, is half-lit, giving a morose cast to its opulence. I can talk, I swear. The older man's face creased into a tired but genuine smile, which momentarily lifts some of the room's oppressive mood. It's a mercy to see you again, your own woman and in your prime, Kato says before a frown consumes his smile. It's just a shame our reunion is overshadowed by the fates of those we love, but perhaps together we can yet improve our collective circumstances. So you know my father is dead. Kato leans forward, hands clasped beneath his chin. I shan't deny it. I was saddened to hear of his passing. Despite everything, I remember him fondly. No need to dwell on the past. Kato is caught off guard for a moment before letting out a deep breath. Then the years have bestowed you with wisdom. I am glad, for it has forsaken the House of Baron. Why have you called me here? Embla is missing. Kato's voice quivers momentarily, portraying his stoic features. Now I beg of you, Mads, help me find my daughter. Help her return home where she belongs. What's happened to her? She left without notice, a week ago. From the scant clues we had, we believe she boarded a ship bound for one of the outer isles, Idra. She went of her own free will. At the time I thought little of it. Kato begins to glower. Since then, however, there have been reports. Grave ones. Reports? No one, and no word, has left Idra in days. Rumor has it even the Imperial augurs are in the dark. I know not how this touches the fate of my daughter, but she must be returned to me, one way or another. Any idea why she left? Something has been building in her for years, an aptitude of sorts. But I suspect you already knew. In any case, it's grown much stronger lately and drives her in ways I cannot understand. I suspect she's looking for answers. But why Idra? Why indeed, there is little on the island save the port of Horin. If Idra was her destination, she must have landed there. An old imperial port and home to a few hundred whalers, traders and the occasional smuggler. We can only speculate as to what drew her there, but it's our only lead. How can I help her? Hire mercenaries, travel to Idra and begin your search in the port of Horin. From there, I trust you to do what needs to be done. Spare no cost, just bring me back my daughter. If nothing else, the port will be dangerous. That's why I have summoned a Roland Grey-Eye to me, a crude but effective sellsword that I've made good use of before. He shall accompany you on this task. Roland? The man is a grizzled veteran. He may have slowed with age, but his experience and reliability more than make up for it. Well, he fell overboard just the same, though. He did fall overboard. He's also much respected by similar men, and so will be instrumental in hiring a reliable crew. I'll take it into consideration. Kato shows you his upturned palms, beseeching. I know this thing I ask of you is fraught with danger, but this is your chance at improving your fortune, materially and in honor. What say you? For Ambla's sake, to be honest. Childhood friend, right? Kato smiles softly, visibly relieved, and for a moment he looks like the man you remember. Have you any final questions or matters to discuss? Time is, as I'm sure you appreciate, of the essence. Let's just get on with it. And Mads, you stand and meet his eyes, and his gaze. Return her to me. There is no other outcome of this affair. You have my word. Wow. We do not look good. We reached level 2. Great. Oh wait, we're fine now, I guess. Okay. Do I want to backstab people? Okay. Yeah, I think I did heal on level up. Oh, there we go. Slowly you drag yourself from the cold water onto the relative safety of solid rock. You try and fail to stagger forwards as exhaustion washes over you in a great black wave. I don't think I was supposed to heal before this. I just wanted to look at the character portrait and then I leveled up and it was fine again. Oblivion takes you before you hit the rocky ground. You're awoken by the cacophonous cries of gulls circling you. Your body is a mass of pain and exhaustion, covered in 1,000 cuts and scrapes. The large white birds gather around you in eager anticipation. What a magnificent feast your bloated corpse will make. Not today. Minutes or perhaps hours pass as you lay unmoving, trying desperately to will some warmth back into your body. Finally, you manage to force your eyes open. By some miracle, you are not only alive, but you find yourself on the shores of the accursed island of Idra. Strewn around you is the wreckage of the Zephyr. You see no other survivors. Lest you find equipment and companions soon, you may have cheated death in vain. Your character is critically injured. This means you have taken enough damage to reduce both your vitality and wounds. Yeah, except I leveled up, so apparently I'm fine now. The green bar under your character's portrait represents your vitality score. Vitality is a buffer to your wounds, and as long as you have vitality left, you won't take serious wound damage. The second purple bar represents your wounds. Losing wounds is much more serious. Reaching 0 wounds means your character falls unconscious. Wounds can also be recovered by resting or leveling up, which I did. Whenever you take wound damage, you gain an injury condition as indicated by the icon on the portrait. Injuries confer serious penalties to your character and can only be removed by resting. Okay, we are here. There's a barrel. Wading out of the freezing surf, you lose your footing on slick stones and fall heavily to the ground. There's a sudden blur of movement in the corner of your eye, and as you frantically try to get your feet, you slip again. Get to your feet, you slip again. Standing above you on a large rock is a young woman dressed in a nautical guild livery. Wetted auburn hair clings to her face in the cold wind. I just balls, I was sure I was the only one to make it ashore. The woman leaps from the rocks and helps you back on your feet. Looking you up and down, she fetches a wineskin from her belt and offers it to you. The skin is nearly empty, save for a last mouthful of brandy. You drink it down greedily, and slowly you feel a modicum of warmth creep into your bones. You recognize the young woman's face now. She must have served on the Zephyr. What's her name? Kadiana's my name. The crew calls me Cat, or rather they did, I suppose. She looks up and down the beach with a furrowed brow. Listen, you have to get up. We need to get off this beach before you freeze, or worse. There's something wrong about this place, can't you feel it? Like a taste in your mouth. And there are beasts, huge sea creatures. I ain't never seen them before. I saw them dragging the dead crewmen into a cave west of here. At least I hope they were dead. What do you suggest? We need supplies and shelter first. There might be salvage to be had among the wreckage on the beach. I also think I spotted the chimney of a house just north of the cliffs. A warm fire and some food would go a long way. Cat offers you her hand and drags you to your feet. She looks pensively towards the west. Also, as I said, there's a cave west of here. I think the crabs dragged off most of the corpses there, but what if they're not all dead? Might be other survivors like you and me. What's more, there's a chance one of the officers was carrying the seal when the boat sank. If we can find it, the Nautical Guild would give us anything to have it returned to them. The captain's seal, it's a medallion of sorts that's carried on every guild vessel. It's not just for show either. They say the seals are forged by the Magi and that they have secret powers, but I don't know nothing about that. All I know is the guild pays well to have one returned if a ship is ever lost. It's always worn by one of the officers, but I don't think the captain had it on him when the fight broke out. Might have been the first mate was carrying it, and I think he was still alive when the ship sank. So I would say the cave to the west is where we should start looking. Ready to go? Sure. I found this bow in the cargo crate. We best find you a weapon too as soon as possible. I suspect we'll need it before long. Wait, did I lose my stuff? I kinda did, yeah. I do have some arrows, some thieves' tools. Okay, well, I do like this game, but it is a bit late now. And I may have to call it, because I can't just keep playing. I can't just keep going as much as I want to. I don't actually have the time to keep going. I need to get some food. I do like it though. I very much like it. So it might be a game I end up playing more of, whether on stream or not, I'm not sure, but I do like it. Let me send you somewhere else. Somewhere lovely, hopefully. Who do I send you to? I don't see many people streaming that I want to raid right now. Might just be combat again. Might just be combat again. Maybe I need to start following more people so I can raid more. But let's go say hi to combat anyway. I have to get up early tomorrow. Oh no, Fanta. Go to bed. Get some sleep. But yeah, thank you everyone for being here. As I said yesterday as well, maybe tomorrow will be a stream. I'm hoping it will be. And then we finish Hard West 2. And of course, Saturday and Sunday will be regular streams as well with Troubleshooter. And yeah, I don't have much else to say right now other than, of course, thank you everyone for being here, for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It was a bit of a mess, but I think we got quite a few things done. I do feel like Wheel Wednesday just in general is always a mess. It just is. But yeah, have a good night everyone. Good night, good have a good rest of the day. Good night to Fanta for sure, but have a good rest of the day if you still have a day left to enjoy. And go say hi to Combat for me. Send some love over his way. He's currently playing Star Rapture. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Otherwise, have a good one. And I'll see you next time. Stay cozy, stay safe, stay hydrated. Bye bye. Bye.